We are Hawthorne Games, a group of passionate students brought together by our love for games, and specifically, making them. You're currently watching the gameplay video on our current game, Project Scrapped, a calm and cute isometric puzzle game about a rabbit who slowly becomes aware of the world around her. A world that was built by a group of game developers and then abandoned and left unfinished. And as a result, Inley, our main character, must embark on her journey to restore the world to normal and finish what the developers started. And how does Inley do this? Through our core mechanic, logic editing. So let's jump right in. Our logic editing mechanic is the primary way the player will interact within puzzle spaces. Through editing the broken or unfinished logic of the world's golems, the player can restore their behavior back to what they should be by maneuvering the golems to activate buttons or fixing the environment. So how do you use the mechanic? All you need to do is enter any pre-designated puzzle zone and press tab. You will then have access to 3 different colours of golems during this vertical slice, which will appear in your prefab menu on the left. Each colour of golem has their own respective logic chip, and all golems of that colour in the puzzle you edit will share the same code. Once you have access to golem's chip, your logic node inventory will appear on the right, alongside the logic chip. From here you can drag and drop any node from your inventory or already in the golem's chip to a place where you'd like the code to be executed. So what logic nodes are there? Well, these have been specifically categorized for ease of use. There are the basic action nodes, such as move and turn, which both have relevant parameters the players can use, such as forward and backwards for moving and left and right for turning. There is also pushing and pulling, in which golems can move other objects around in the environment, such as boxes and pillars, and sometimes even each other, by 1 tile every action. There's also the wait action, in which a golem can wait a certain amount of turns before performing any other action. And then there are the big ones, such as the for loops and if statements. These are very powerful nodes that when used can dramatically increase the efficiency of a puzzle's completion time, and provide a strong programming challenge for the player to overcome. Any logic node encapsulated within a for loop will be continuously executed for the amount of time specified by the player. If statements can check if a golem's adjacent tiles are occupied or if they are standing on top of a button. If so, the golem can perform any code encapsulated in the if node. Any actions in the else portion of the node will execute when the opposite of whatever is stated within the if node's parameter is true. When these for loops and if statements are combined, they can create very powerful combinations, dramatically increasing puzzle efficiency, especially in the later game puzzles. Now we all know programming can be quite difficult, especially if your entry into the skill isn't properly catered for. That's why we have went to the extra effort to tutorialize the demo properly and put the player through their paces as they take their time to learn the system, specifically with how logic editing interacts with our world. There are 3 puzzles with a handcrafted tutorial designed to slowly introduce all of these concepts to the player in a safe and encouraging format. Our efforts into tutorializing our system also extend to our hint system, which is designed to be contextually sensitive to each player's needs and not patronize them as they play. Each puzzle is outfitted with tips that will appear when certain parameters are met to help nudge the player forward as they devise their own solution. This is all in the effort to ensure that each new player's tutorial experience is bespoke to them. Working from the brief we initially set, we wanted to try and stay true to our adventure game roots and have included a map to help the player find their way to the ruins at the end of the vertical slice. This map also showcases all of the logic node pickup locations that the player needs to find to better their programming techniques, as well as puzzle locations, and accurate paths that help lead the players to the ruins and enhances the exploration experience. Throughout the demo, the player can also interact with a variety of characters, each providing a little insight into the world they live in and providing cute snippets of narrative nourishment along the way. Some characters who have dialogue specific to puzzles will also react to the player's efforts after the puzzle is complete, so make sure to speak with any nearby characters after completing one of those puzzles. Throughout the demo, you will also hear a mixture of cute and serene soundtracks on your adventures as you explore the world and tussle with problematic puzzles and try to create your own solutions. These soundtracks will seamlessly blend in and out of focus as the player attempts to complete the puzzles, to help hone the player's concentration without drawing too much attention to the adaptive music. And if you manage to make it to the end of the demo, then you'll be in for a surprise, as the player will be rewarded with a lovingly crafted ending cinematic that reveals more about the characters at play and the world at large, while also hinting at more to come. Thank you for taking the time to watch this gameplay overview, and we are hoping that you will enjoy our demo.